Realistically, you probably do suck when you first starting. Like when you starting to do shit, you're fucking trash. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. The shit you making is fucking
What's
butt.
good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Chaos Swag, aka One Loner, coming to you with my first video of KR Create. This is a bag that I've been making lately. As you can see, this is one of the latest bags I've made for my 222+111 little like art gallery. Yeah, I just got been doing a lot of shit like right here. I got like some, if y'all follow me on Instagram, I got like some hoodies and shit like that I'm working on for the Happily Happy Me shit. Like really about to try to do something where we can like turn on the TV and be like, okay, I want to go back to this day and this year and see what I was doing on this day this year. So this is gonna be able to help me accomplish that. I'll be able to go back and look at this video and see what I was talking about or what I was doing or where I was at in my life. So yeah, that's real interesting. I'm really excited to do that, I ain't gonna lie. I know how to like calm my brain.
So you've meditated in the past?
I've attempted to meditate.
What does that look like?
Just sitting in a room quiet and not doing anything and being with my thoughts.
You think if somebody else saw you do that, they would consider that to be meditating?
Meditation isn't about what other people think it is. It's about what you think it is for yourself.
Yeah, it feels weird. It feels awkward.
But you don't gotta do that.
I know, but sometimes I feel like you gotta do what other people say because, you know, they've already done it.
Yeah, but what works for one person doesn't work for you. Meditation could be you just grabbing a cup of coffee, sitting outside and just like
Thinking?
breathing and thinking and shit.
So what did you have to go through to get to the point of being able to manage your stress in the way that you do now?
Just because I don't meditate doesn't mean I manage my stress well or whatever, but I think once you go through a lot of stuff in life, you learn how to just regulate your emotions and understand that everything ain't personal. You don't allow things to attack your emotions the same way because you learn from it. You don't allow emotions to like mess up what you got going on because you've seen it messed that up before. So you just learn as you go.
When was a situation where you felt like you overreacted?
Overreacted. A situation where I overreacted. I don't know. I think I've overreacted a lot. I think I've allowed my emotions to get the best of me sometimes. I'm trying to think of a situation, but I overreacted.
You always feel like the way you react is warranted, at least in that moment?
In that moment, probably, yeah. I'm very like impulsive when it comes to a lot of shit. My emotions, buying shit, doing shit. I'm just like yeah. But I can't think of a moment though. I don't know right now, but I 100% know I got a million ways I can explain it. For sure.
Could it be difficult to, like the reason why you're having a hard time thinking about a moment is because when you're in those situations, you feel 100% justified for acting the way you do.
Yeah, when you're in the moments, 100% is feel justifiable. But then you got to step back and be like, damn. And sometimes you allow emotions to get the best of you so much that, well, at least for me, I kind of just black out in the moments. And then I forget what the hell I even said, did, or whatever in the moments anyway, so.
You know, the internet is so interesting. You can spend years telling people about your life and, you know, showing them every part about it. Oh, I went to this trip. I went to this place. I did these things. This is who I am. You could be there for decades explaining people, this is who I am. This is what I do. But yet, at times it feels like the people who see you online don't actually know who you are in real life. Do you feel like the version that people see online and the version that sits in front of me in real life is the same one? And if not, how far apart are they?
I feel like it's the same person. I mean, the internet isn't meant for you to just give everything, like every part of you, because then it's like at that point, who are you outside of this shit? Like, But I do feel like how I show up on the internet is a very authentic version of myself. They don't know all of my shit, but like I don't want them to know everything. But yeah, I feel like it's pretty much hand in hand. It's authentic. A lot of people have validated that for me, where they're like, when they meet me, they're like, "Damn, you're the same person." Or people that I know say like, because I kind of asked that question because I never want to give off the wrong perception.
Yeah.
But I'm not really thinking about that when I'm putting stuff on the internet for real. I'm just always being myself. So it's just like whatever I'm putting out, I'm not really being performative for real. I actually have a problem with being performative. I don't like that shit. So I feel like that's why it's a lot of videos or things out there on the internet of me being just too myself. And I be feeling mad that I even did that because I'm like, damn, like, am I being too real? Like, because most of the shit you see on the internet and stuff is fabricated and performative, so you don't even know who is who type shit. But I be feeling like I should dumb it down a little bit, but I can't really help it.
Is it because you feel more vulnerable?
Yeah, I don't like being too vulnerable, especially to people that I have no idea who they are and they having a bunch of perceptions of me and shit. But you can't really do nothing about that. Whether I was being real, fake, or whatever, they gonna always have a perception. So
You think it matters how much your audience knows about you compared to how much you keep to yourself? Or
I think it's person to person. It just depends on what you like, why you even doing this shit in the first place. I think for me, I've done it for my own personal outlet, but then once you realize you have a platform and that it's affecting people, you get DMs of people saying that you've motivated them or you made them this, that, and the third. You be like, all right, now I have this role and I need to set an example type shit. Like, I don't want to be a role model, but you have to understand the power that you have and that people are looking at what you're doing for their own motivation, own inspiration. You got to move accordingly. Because you wasn't given this opportunity for no reason. So don't fuck it up type shit. That's how I think.
you feel like it's a lot of weight to be perceived as a role model to someone else you've never met?
Yeah, it's a lot of weight, but once you, like I was saying, once you take that idea of like, I have to be a role model away, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
But it's like, I have to set a good example at least.
Because the reason why they're watching you is because you were yourself.
Right. And it motivated them to be like, oh, I can be myself type shit. And it's not that many people that's online that's you could tell like, oh, this person is really genuine.
Were there any role models in your life as you were coming up?
Role models. I mean, I learned a lot from my mom. So I guess that's like obviously my first role model because that's the only person I've been around my whole life. But like outside of my mom, like people that I just looked at for inspiration was like Kanye West. I think that's just my number one person. Yeah, because he'd have, like, it's just one video that stay in my head. He's like,
Go listen to all my music. It's the codes of self-esteem. It's the codes of who you are. If you're a Kanye West fan, you're not a fan of me, you're a fan of yourself.
and that's what I fuck with. Because you could tell he just really being himself, unapologetically. And that gets you, and that's good and it's bad. But shit, fuck it.
You mentioned your mom. Growing up, was your family close?
Not necessarily, nah. It's just been me and my mom for real. My sister been around, and I guess my brother, like when I was real young, and I got aunts and all that stuff. So here and there we would like be around each other, but majority of my life it was me and my mother.
I know for myself, growing up with just me and my mother, it definitely has shifted me and changed me throughout the years and how I see things. Of course, not having a father in the household. Do you think not having a father in your life has become a very defining aspect in your story, or has it not really affected you at all?
I think it's one of those things where if you never had it, you don't really know what it, like you can't really compare it to nothing. I never really grew up around nobody who had like their father in their life where I was seeing how that dynamic was. So I didn't really have nothing to be like, damn, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I had that. Maybe like if you see a video on Instagram or some shit like that and the dad and their son, maybe, but it's like I had nothing to compare it to, and my mother did a good enough job, so it wasn't like I felt like I was missing out on something. And then whenever somebody be like, "Don't you wish you had a dad?" It's like, how can I wish for some shit that I
never
didn't?
had.
I didn't even experience it, right? So no, I don't think so. I think as I'm getting older, I think I can, if I like sit down and think of how having a dad in my life could possibly make certain flaws in me be better or certain shit like that, maybe if I like sit down and really think about it. But also I could think about like, damn, if I had a father in my life, what if he wasn't a good father or he was mentally fucked up or whatever? It could have went left too. So I probably couldn't have even been the person I am right now. So it's like, I'd rather just not even think about it because like, shit, I'm glad that I'm the person I am.
Were you a bad kid?
What do you mean bad?
Well, not even bad. Were you like,
I think I was just a kid, like
Yeah.
just a kid doing kid things, getting on my mother's nerves, getting in trouble in school, like just playing around in class, going to in school suspension and shit for dumb shit. But I wasn't like a problematic child where it was just like, oh, this nigga need to go to fucking boot camp or some shit.
were there things in your younger years that showed signs of this is where you were going to end up in fashion and, you know, influencing, modeling, directing?
No, I don't think that happened. I think that I just stumbled into this for real. I mean, growing up, I was a sneakerhead. I was really into Jordans and shit like that, so I used to stand in line in Jordans and shit like that. I'm from DC, so it's like, that was like in DC, everybody was just on shoes. Growing up, like I went to a school where we wore uniforms, so we could wear our own sneakers. So it was just like that thing where it's like when you pull up to school and you got the new Jordans on, like that's a thing. Like you pulling up, your homies like, bro, you get the new J's, you get somebody pull up with some shoes you ain't got. You're like, damn, I wanted them joints. Da da da. So I think that's where like the fashion started, but it wasn't really like fashion. It was just like sneakers. And I was getting every Jordan. Shout out to my mother, bro. Like I was getting every Jordan. Like whichever one I wanted, I was outside in line for them shits. No cap. Like 8 hours in line waiting for shoes and shit. Trading shoes on Facebook Marketplace. Getting on the train, meeting somebody all the way in fucking Arlington, Virginia and shit for shoes. Trading Jeremy Scott's for all type of shit, bro. Yeah, and then as I got older, I went to college and shit like that. I realized, all right, well, I gotta have some clothes with this shit. So,
You can't just be outside with the best shoes and your
but
fit
nigga
ass.
fit trash, yeah. So that's where I was like, I feel like everybody who's ever been into clothes at some point, like H&M Forever 21 was like your thing. Like I'm buying mad clothes from there and shit, right? And then I started getting into the thrift store because my mother she loved the thrift store. I think that's where I found my style from, type shit. Cause like when you go into the thrift store, you can't really like, you're not basing it off, oh, this Balenciaga. I'm gonna just put the Balenci with the Balenci. It's like, then I got this hoodie right here that I fuck with, but what I'm gonna match it with, how it's gonna match. So I'm in the thrift store just all the time, just throwing shit together, trying to see what I like. And I wasn't really caring about like other people opinion. I'm just looking at it on my body like, oh, I like how this fit.
Yeah.
And I think that's just where it just started. And I'm making YouTube videos and just doing style and shit. But I just wanted to play sports growing up, for real. Like, I just wanted to play football.
The clothes and stuff was like a hobby and
Yeah, it was just like a thing.
interest.
It's like, I mean, you gotta get dressed at some point or whatever. But my main thing was wanting to play football.
So why aren't you playing football?
I was playing football. I played damn near every sport you could possibly think of. But football was the thing where I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to college and do this shit. So I ended up going to Morgan State, but I had to walk on to the team. I walked on. I tried out the first time. I didn't make it. I was sick. Mind you, my whole life, like football was just everything for me. Like wake up, sleep, everything. I'm looking at YouTube videos of how to do this, that, and the third. Like I'm watching everything on football. It was to a point where it's like at Morgan State, people would call me Odell, not because I was just so good as Odell, but like in that era, like he had the blonde hair, hot top fade, everything. If you was a receiver or anything, you had that haircut at any point. I don't care what nobody say. But yeah, I was on the field every day practicing, working out all the time, like with my football bag on, cleats in my hand, like every day I was just dedicated. So I tried out for the team. One of them, I forgot what semester, but I tried out for the team. I didn't make it. But I was one of them niggas where it's like, I want to play football so bad. Like, I went up to the coach office after the tryouts and shit, and I was asking him like, why I didn't make it type shit. So I'm asking him like, yo, like, can y'all tell me what I need to do better? Cause I'm gonna try out again. Like, so I go ask them, they let me know what's going on. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm just working out. And then the next semester I try out again and I make the team type shit. And that was cool. Like, it was like, damn, I'm finally about to play football. Like, this is what I wanted to do, whatever. But mind you, I'm in college and I just don't really want to be there for the school part. Like, I just want to play sports. And like, I don't really know why, like what I want to do. I'm just trading majors, changing majors, this and the third. And I just started getting depressed and all that type of shit. And then once I got depressed, it was over with. I stopped going to class. I stopped doing all type of shit. Like football, I didn't care about football no more. I convinced myself I didn't want to do that no more. And then that's when my life really like started for real. Because I had to figure it out.
So what was your next step to figuring it out?
I was trying to figure out how the fuck to get away from college. So yeah, then I dropped out. Are we supposed to act like we don't know each other? Are we supposed to act like we don't know each other?
No.
Oh. Well, yeah, nigga, you was the part of the me dropping out part. Me, him, and like, what, 2 other people just decided we was gonna drop out of school and shit and move to New York. And that was just the next step. We're just about to figure this shit out. I don't know how that it was like some Illuminati meeting, like niggas sitting in the fucking, what was that, Thurgood or whatever the fuck that shit was.
Marshall Apartments.
We realized sitting in a circle, like, yo, like, what the fuck we about to do type shit.
Had never met, like, ever met Ali, had never met fucking Anye, never. First conversation ended up being a long-term situation.
Yeah, we all was just on the same page, like, bro, we don't want to do this school shit. So yeah, just dropped out. Mind you, like, I'm working jobs in the midst of all this shit. Like, if I sit here and talk about every step, we'd be here for 50, 100 million days. But like, so I'm just working a bunch of jobs trying to figure out, all right, I got to stack my money so I could be ready to move to New York type shit. So I could at least have some type of bread.
We were all in Thurgood and we were just going back and forth about, you know, what the next steps are and should we drop out of school? Because that was my second year, right? That was in the middle of my second year when I was like, I don't know. What made you say yes? What made you say yes? That's a huge deal to drop out of school and move to New York with a bunch of people you barely know.
I think it just made it easier that, I think just with anything in life, if you have people who are on the same page as you, it makes making decisions a little more easier. Cause it's like, all right, I'm not about to go through this on my own type shit.
Yeah.
Cause I like knew I wanted to move to New York at some point, but I don't know when I would have did it. Knowing that if I got to do this on my own type shit, like I'm about to go by myself. I don't know when I would have did it.
You got to get a place alone.
Yeah,
you got to figure out how to navigate the city by yourself.
Yeah, so I think seeing that it's other niggas in here that's like, all right, like I want to do the same thing, it made me not even really, I didn't think too much about it. It was like, all right, well, fuck it. These niggas about to do this shit too, fuck it. And I'm not living for somebody else. I'd be like, I'm going to school because somebody else want me to go to school, blah, blah, blah. It's like, and I feel like, and that's when I'm already tatted up. I got tattoos on my face, tattoo on my hand, tattoo on my neck. I already started like my rebellion shit to just show everybody like, nigga, I don't care. I'm like damn near the only nigga in college with a face tat. Like,
yeah.
So it's like, I know I'm pulling up the class and shit. Teachers probably looking at me like, what's up with this nigga? Like,
yeah.
It was just like a thing. I'm letting everybody know, like, bro, I'm not about to be here. I'm letting y'all know this. Like, fuck all this shit. So I was just on my rebellion shit, and I just felt like that was the ultimate rebellion. Like, nigga, move to a whole nother state, figure this shit out. Like, that's some rebellion shit. It just was cool to me. Like, shit.
When you're building something, your health is usually the last thing you think about. That's why we're extremely excited to announce today's first sponsor. The physician-led teams behind Skin Tight Aesthetics, Xandafar MD, and Regional Therapy MD. Together, they offer premium aesthetics, facial prosthetic expertise, and regenerative longevity care, all built around one thing: a personalized plan that fits your lifestyle, your goals, and your timeline. At ACW, we don't just support conversations. We care about your health too. If that resonates with you, book a consultation and get matched with the right team for what you're really looking for. Link in the description for more.
So we moved to New York. How does that go?
I
How do
don't
we
even
find a place?
like it's crazy because I don't even remember everything like timeline wise.
What
Luckily,
is
I
good,
got some shit
everybody
on
on
YouTube.
YouTube? It's your boy Forest Ripperton, aka K Swag. You dig? I told y'all I was gonna be having my room tour today. Let me put a shirt on for y'all. You dig? You know what I'm saying? Today I'm gonna introduce y'all to the bros. Introduce y'all to the crib. So where can we start? Okay, we got Anye Wolf over there, you know what I'm saying? This is the singer guy. He is the singer, rapper, take your girl, all that shit. We got the man behind the camera. We got the photographer. And we are in here in our sanctuary. We sleep out here. This is my room, our room. This is where I sleep, you guys. That's where he sleeps. He sleeps in the studio.
But I don't remember timeline wise. I just know we was Airbnb hopping. Like niggas we was in the store. I remember that. We was in the Astoria, Queens.
Yeah, that was the first spot in the
Living
story,
in the
yeah.
crib. It was other people in there, right? Some shit like that. But we was in one room.
We was in one room, and then there was like I remember
Kitchen
there was,
over there.
I think the
Next
kitchen
door to us.
It was next door, and it was a bathroom because it was like up some steps. And I was on the couch, and like I think one of y'all niggas was on the floor, and niggas had to go feet to
And
face.
it's like a little ass room though. Like all these niggas in here. I think we was just waiting for Anye.
Yeah, we was waiting.
We was waiting for Ali.
We was waiting for Ali. Yeah.
So it's 3 niggas in this shit. In Astoria, Queens. Mind you, I never been to Astoria, Queens. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? This shit out the way.
None of us has been to Astoria, Queens.
Yeah, shit's out the way. But I think it was like no niggas wasn't thinking about, oh my god, I'm in this fucking little ass room with niggas. It's like, nigga, I don't give like this is so much better than where the fuck I was at.
And we did it. We said we were gonna do something.
And did that shit.
And we did it. How's the actual experience of being in New York?
Like you were saying, it just felt like I'm finally being independent and I'm doing my own shit. So I'm just, like I said, I'm making YouTube videos. At that point, I wanted to be a model. Like I thought I was gonna be a model at that point. So like,
Or a YouTuber.
yeah, or YouTuber. So it was just like, I'm just making videos every day, trying to figure out who I'm a model for, all this other shit. I remember I got that Skechers shit. I thought that was like one of the craziest things. They sent me shoes and I made a video.
How did you get that?
I don't even know. I think I either DM'd them or they DM'd me.
You really don't remember?
You remember?
You got the Skechers thing because you made that info commercial about Skechers.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness, everybody. These things just feel so good. You gotta get a pair. You just gotta get a pair. Oh.
It was these sketches that reminded me of these like Raf Simon. I think, yeah, they remind me of like some Raf Simon Oswego joints or whatever. They was all black with the orange laces. I remember that.
Yeah.
I forgot about those. Was the first
And
ones
they
I bought.
DM'd you
I was
because
like,
of what you did.
They're so comfortable. You get them for your grandma, right? Whatever. Yeah, I remember that shit. I started running. That shit was funny. But yeah, that was like on accident though. Like I wasn't doing it. At least in that moment, I don't think I was doing it to try to get a Skechers deal.
Nah.
I was just being funny.
You was just being funny.
Just making shit.
And they reached out to you.
And then they did send me more shit.
They sent you more stuff. And that was your first brand deal, right? Your first
Kinda
of
sort of,
anything.
yeah, like first. I had did some shit with H&M in college, but it wasn't like, it was whatever. But that was the first time where it was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that's cool.
They pay you, or was it just sneakers?
It was just sneakers. I ain't had no following for real like that or nothing for them to like
You wasn't
pay
sure
me.
about the money.
Yeah, like I didn't even know I was gonna get the shit.
You
But
just
yeah,
did
that
it.
shit was crazy.
So while you were going through New York, trying to figure out being a model, how was that working out for you? Was you getting gigs? Was things moving?
I don't think I was really getting that many like jobs or whatever. I ended up filling out an application at Buffalo Exchange in Chelsea, New York, like that area in Chelsea. And yeah, like, and before that, like I said, mind you, wait, was that afterwards? I don't know. But I mean, I had jobs in retail or whatever before moving to New York. But yeah, I started working at Buffalo Exchange. And I actually did like Buffalo Exchange. Because it was like, all right, I'm around clothes all day. Nigga like clothes. People who gonna come in there that like clothes and shit like that. So I just thought it was a good opportunity. Like, this is a good opportunity.
You remember you were also trying to figure out whether or not you want to become a buyer at a thrift store.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to figure that shit out, too.
Yeah.
it just made sense though. It was like, damn, I just got this job because niggas was worried about that too. Like, damn, like, how we gonna get jobs and shit out this bitch or whatever. And I'm still doing content, YouTube, all this stuff, Instagram at this point.
Nowadays, a lot of people start their content journey with a intention, with a purpose.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, I'm gonna be an influencer.
Yeah, that's their
I think this
whole
was
goal.
before like I think I can confidently say that this was before it was influencers was a thing for real.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't right before, it was kind of like in the early stages of like, oh, I want to be people wanting to be an Instagram influencer. People wanted to be YouTubers for sure, but not like an Instagram influencer. I hope I can get fucking signed by a content fucking creative agency. Like I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just trying to be a model and a YouTuber. That was it.
And all of this just happened.
Yeah, it kind of just happened because I was just doing shit.
So we're nearing towards the end of the time of us being in New York. Why did you leave?
I guess not even I guess, it's just certain people in there and that we was doing the Airbnb shit with just didn't hold up the bargain or whatever. And it's cool, like when you doing shit in life, like certain people just, I don't know. But I just had to move back. Well, we had that conversation. We was trying to figure out if we was gonna stay or not. Like, are we just gonna stay and just keep spending extra bread to be here, or are we gonna go back home and like?
I had just got a job.
Yeah. So it's like, are we gonna go home and regroup or whatever? And then I was just like, I remember that day. Like, I don't remember what Airbnb we was in, but I had walked outside and I sat on the fucking sidewalk and I got on Instagram and I was like, yeah, I think I'm about to just go back home. Like, I remember that day. I'm about to go back home and shit.
We were in Harlem, and it was the Airbnb that was literally in someone's basement, all the way in the back in that small ass room that already had a bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah.
We didn't even mention
I wish I had that on record, like that on YouTube.
that situation, all those rooms.
Yeah, I remember. I'm mad I didn't have all of that. The one I vividly remember is the one where we was living next to the white dude and his girl.
Yeah.
And we had to share the bathroom with them too. And we had the backyard little area and shit like that. We was scrunched up in that joint.
I ain't never used that yard.
You was making fucking pasta and shit all the time in that one. I remember that shit.
Pasta, chicken.
That nigga was trying to cook at that point.
Grocery store. You gotta figure it out. It is what it is.
I remember that shit.
So when you went back home,
I was just trying to figure out how to get back to New York. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to New York, but at that point, I'm just like, man, fuck all that shit. I'm just gonna figure out how to do this shit or whatever. So I just go back, I go get a job. I think before we moved, I was working at Journeys. So I kind of just went back to Journeys and started working at Journeys again, just so I can get my money back up. I didn't go back to school. I don't think I did. Yeah, no, I don't think I went back to school.
how long was you at Journeys?
I don't know. I feel like I was there for a minute though. Like my timelines and shit is cooked. Like my memory is cooked. But yeah, I was at Journeys for a minute. Cause then I eventually became an assistant manager at Journeys and shit. So I was there for a minute. And I kind of liked that job though. Like
Yeah.
I liked that job. I was getting discounts on shoes and shit like that.
It was like being back
Yeah,
where
it
you
was
were
just like-
before, yeah.
But I knew I wasn't gonna stay there. It wasn't like, oh, I love this. It's about to be my life. Like no fucking way. But it was just like, I just got to reset type shit. Just got to reset.
So while you were there at Journeys, when you would get off of work, on your way home, what was your thought process?
I gotta get the fuck out of here.
And out of here, we talking about is Maryland, right?
Yeah. I was like, bro, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I can't keep doing it. But I feel like if you tell certain people the type of shit they gonna go through
Yeah.
to get to a certain life, they gonna be like, fuck no. Like, if you gotta tell them, look, you gonna be broke as shit, sleeping in a U-Haul truck, cold as shit in New York.
With 3 other dudes.
Like, niggas gonna be like, hell nah. So I understand like people wanting that stability, or they don't even have like examples of like what taking a risk could be like or whatever, like the reward to it. But
So to put a pause on your life at that moment, you're in Maryland, you're a senior manager at Journeys. You just came back from New York, and before that, you had dropped out of school. What did that period in your life teach you? That later, after that, helped you navigate? Because after you went back home, you ended up moving out here to Los Angeles, which is similar to moving
That's
to
a
New
whole
York.
nother story. Yeah.
Right. So what did you learn from that period of your life that allowed you to navigate LA a bit differently?
I think realistically, I think I didn't do New York wrong. So I think in my mind it was just like just do the same shit. Like you just gonna have to do the same shit that you was doing. Just have a little more security for yourself. So it's like if something happened, you have enough to kind of stay there or like get your money right or you figuring certain shit out because I guess we gonna get there, I guess. But once I moved to LA, it was like, bro, this time I'm not going back home, bro. Like I'm not going back home because briefly in that moment of me going back home from New York, I felt like briefly I felt like I had like failed a little bit. Like just briefly, I was like, bro, like what the fuck? And I was just like, nah, if I make this commitment this time, bro, I'm gonna figure out everything possible to stay my ass here.
How were you able to differentiate what a failure was and what progress looked like?
In the moments, you only know you looking at everything as failure because it didn't go your way. You're not looking at all the good shit that you did, all the risks that you took, all the like out of the ordinary shit that you did that other people would have never been able to do. You're not really looking at that. You looking at it like, I had a goal in mind and it didn't happen. So you just like, fuck, I just fucked everything. Like this shit's just so fucked up. But I think it was a little bit okay in my mind, like I told you, because I didn't feel like it was my fault type shit. So my mind frame wasn't as like defeated as much. I just hated that I had to be back home though, like back in Maryland and shit like that. I hated it so much. And I think that like hate and that anger of just like, bro, I don't fucking want to be here.
Yeah.
Like put like that fire up under me to figure something out. Bro. Like, cause I could have got complacent and just been like, well, I got a job. I'm living at home, my mother, like it's cool. Like I could just be comfortable and be cool. Like it's just gonna be all right. But
so what brought you to LA?
like, did we have like prior conversations about me coming here before we got on the phone? Or like, was that phone call the first time we talked about me moving to LA? I don't remember. I just remember we was on the phone and we was like, you was like, bro, just look at the flights or whatever like that or some shit. And I'm looking at the flights and I'm hesitant about it or whatever at 1st I'm like, I don't know. You like, bro, just do that shit. Just say, I'm just like, bro.
This is one conversation.
I'm like, bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Mind you, I'm thinking I'm going back to New York. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to LA for? Like, I've never, like, it's nothing in LA for me. New York is like fashion, everything. I'm going to be a fashion nigga. Like, that's everything. Fashion, clothes, everything, modeling, all that. Like, that's what I want to do. LA is just like, what, movies and shit like that? I'm not about to be an actor or no shit like that. I don't know. But I don't know. I guess after us having conversations, I guess whatever you said or something just convinced me to just you say fuck it. I'm about to just do it. I don't remember when that was. Was that like November 1st or some shit like that?
That's crazy. That's exactly the day. Yeah, it was November 1st. I had called you, and I was like, bro, I fuck with LA. There's a place that you can stay because there was a room that was open up at Jefferson. That Jefferson is it's like it used to be a halfway house, but now it's just like a house that somebody put a bunch of rooms in. And I was staying at it, and it was a room that opened downstairs. And I just said every fucking thing in the sun to get you out here. Everything
and
I could.
I didn't want to be home, so it was just like.
It wasn't hard, bro. I think the conversation was maybe like an hour and 30 minutes of me just yapping. It was early in the morning too.
And I think it was just like, I guess since niggas did it in New York, it was like, well, I guess the same way niggas figured it out in New York, guys was figured out in LA then.
Yeah. And you did.
And also it was like, I think me having like a job situation made more sense because I had a car at that point. So I'm thinking like, all right, I mean, if I go out there, I could probably do Uber Eats or some shit. Like, at least I think. I don't know if I knew I was gonna be able to do Uber Eats at that point because I wasn't doing Uber Eats in Maryland. So I don't know if I thought about like that's how I'm gonna get money or whatever. But I don't know. I think it just made a little more sense because I was gonna have a car, all this other shit, and I just didn't want to be home.
Yeah.
So I just bought that motherfucking flight and said, fuck it. Fast forward in LA.
So first year in LA.
That's when he was at Jefferson. I'm sleeping on the floor and shit.
Yeah.
all that shit is a blur for real. I just remember being here before my car got here. All this other shit we was just doing, like we was just there, like we was just here, like.
So when you crashed your first car, that was the first year where you were out here.
Oh yeah,
You crashed a car that you had shipped out here. Tell me about that
I was
car.
about to leave for sure.
That was
'Cause I
your
felt
first
like-
car, right?
Yeah, I felt like that was like a sign or some shit. Cause I'm still this way. I be feeling like certain things happen for a reason. So in that moment, I'm thinking like, because the last time was the second time it happened. Cause the first time my car was there, I was Uber Eating at this point,
Yeah.
and I was picking up food, and somebody hit my bumper off my car. That was the first time somebody hit my bumper while I'm pulling out of a parking spot. But that was kind of like calm. I'm just like, call my mother. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Blah, 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 but I got it fixed. But I think the second time, crashed into the lady, car slid into the bus and all this other shit. I'm sitting on the side of the road, car smoked. I'm just saying, like, bro, what the fuck? I 100% was about to go home. I remember coming back to the crib. I got on Instagram Live. And I was telling everybody, like, no, I don't even think it was. I got on Instagram Live after I realized I was staying. I was on the phone with my mother at the crash scene, like, yeah, fuck, like, I'm cursing everything. I'm like, bro, fuck this shit. Like, I'm about to come back home. Like, fuck this shit. I don't care. Like, I'm just not supposed to be here. Whatever. This shit bad luck. Like, I'm just spazzing. And I don't know what happened in the point of me just coming back to the crib. But then I got on Instagram Live and I was like, yeah, y'all, like, I was about to move back home, but I'm not about to let this moment. I wish I still had that video. Maybe I could find it in the archive or some shit like that. But I was like, I'm not about to let this moment make me move back home. It's just a car. Like, if I'm move back home off some shit, it gotta be something crazy for me to move back home. But me crashing a car, like, there's no way I'm about to allow this to make me go back home. So I was like, fuck that. That's just some little shit. Like, I came out here for a reason. So we about to figure this shit out. And I just stayed type shit.
And while all this is happening, you still making YouTube videos?
Yeah, I was still making YouTube videos and shit like that.
Was you still posting outfits?
Yeah, I'm still doing all that shit. That's the one thing that just stayed consistent was me making YouTube videos and me posting content and shit like that. Because it was just like my outlet. It was just like a thing that I was doing because it made me feel like I was just doing something I enjoyed.
Most people stop when stuff go bad.
Yeah.
Why do you think you did it?
But I was just so determined, bro. Like, I was just determined, bro. It's like, bro, I'm in it now, bro. At this point, I'm just in it. Like, nigga, I done chose this life. And I'm that type of person where it's like, the life that we live in, we chose. So it's like, how you gonna choose this life but then get mad at all the obstacles that's coming in front of you? It's like, nigga, you chose this. Like, what the fuck? How you gonna get mad at all this shit? You can take your ass back home. It's a little more safer. But you chose this life, so whatever come with it, you just gotta stick with that shit for real. So yeah, that's the only reason why I kept going, because it's like, nigga, you chose this. And I feel like a bitch ass nigga to just like not do, like, to not just not keep going. And I just don't be wanting to feel like a bitch ass nigga to myself.
So did you end up coming up with IHP at the Jefferson house?
Nah, it was already like a thing. Like, I was doing that back home after like right before I moved here type shit. I feel like I had called you or sent you a text message or some shit when I had made that like face. And I was like, I think like this the thing. Like, I think this is what I'm about to do type shit. Because I was painting on some jeans or some shit.
What made you so confident?
I don't
That
think it
was the thing.
I don't think it was like no confident thing. I think it was just like when I did it, it was just something that it just made sense. I don't know. I can't even explain it. It just made sense. I was like, that's it. I made the little sad face with the shit running off of it. It just made sense to me. I don't know. That was the first time something made sense.
That felt right to you?
Yeah, it just felt right. It just made sense. And then after, yeah, because we skipped that part. Like I said, we'd be here for 500 years. But like, once I figured out that was the like logo thing that I was going to do, I started spray painting on hoodies and gildings. And I'm in the crib spray painting on hoodies. My mother getting mad at me because the house smelled like fucking spray paint, all that other shit. And even before that, because we skipped that, where niggas was drawing on shirts and shit. You was the first nigga to buy the fucking shirt I drew on. I'm over here scribbling fucking bullshit on shirts, trying to sell it on campus and shit like that. So I'm drawing on Stan Smiths and shit like that. We skipped all of that, but like, I was already drawing on shit, coloring on clothes, trying to sell shit to people, and it just wasn't really working the way I thought it was supposed to work. But that sad face shit that I did on them jeans, I don't know what happened that day, but it was just like, I think this is the shit that's gonna work. And I started spray painting on hoodies, all that shit, selling them on Depop. Like, mind you, I'm still on the internet, Instagram, all this stuff. And niggas started buying it and shit like that. And I was like, all right.
So while all of this was happening, from you dropping out of school, moving to New York, working these different jobs, feeling lost, realizing the football thing wasn't going to work out for you, you're still making things and you're still putting out YouTube videos, still taking outfit pictures. But why? Normally, again, when all of this stuff happens to somebody, they tend to then tell themselves, hey, let me stop. I don't have the resources. I don't have the time, the mental strength to still pursue the stuff that I want to do. Why did you keep doing it even though everything felt like it was falling apart?
I didn't know what else to do. Like, I didn't know what else I was going to do. Mm-hmm. Like, I felt like this was the only shit that I could do. It's like, it's either do this, try to figure this shit out, or go be working at some regular ass job.
So would you say, because where exactly did the face come from? Like, did you just do it? You just draw it? Or was it in reference of something else?
I don't even know at that point that I have I'm Happy Promise as a name.
No, you don't. But the first logo, the first time you drew it.
I really don't know. I just was painting a yellow circle. I put the eyes on it. And I paused when I put the eyes on it because I'm like, I could just make this a regular like smiley face. But something just made me do the like long, sad face running off of the thing. Mm-hmm. And like, I feel like I had already was dealing with depression and all that other stuff, like in college and all that other stuff. So it just, I think the sad, like on some stupid shit, like the sad face just, I feel like I was looking in the mirror type shit, like, damn, like, I don't know. That's me just thinking now, trying to be on some fake deep shit. But like, I don't know. I guess it just like it connected with me emotionally.
Yeah.
I don't remember how like the moment I came up with Happy Promise for my brand, but like I don't remember the moment I thought of the name.
I remember you were going through a bunch of different names.
Yeah, I had hella names. I don't even remember them shits, but I had hella names I was coming up with.
So as you were figuring out how to move the clothing forward, because I don't know, were you even calling it a clothing brand when you were spray painting?
It was just some shit where it was like, all right, I made these. And like I said, I don't remember where, I guess with just the journey of me coming up with names and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I just found Happy Promise and it just made sense to me. At that point, I was just like, all right, well, I got this logo. I'm about to just try this thing. I have an audience at this point. I don't know how many followers I had and shit like that, but.
And all of that came from the fit pics and the YouTube?
YouTube. YouTube was the thing I think that made people gravitate towards me more because you was able to just see my personality and be like, oh, like this nigga is a real person or whatever like that. So I had an audience of people. Mind you, I already had a Depop. I had a Depop because I was going thrifting and I would sell clothes thrifting and shit like that. Like, I was always just trying to do shit. Like, so I'm going to the thrift store, buying clothes, reselling them on Depop, all this other stuff. So I'm already building a following on Depop too. People buying shit from me and all that. So when I came up with the hoodies and I was just able to just put them on there. I ain't know how to make no website. I thought that shit was, at that moment, I thought that shit was impossible. I thought even cut and sew, making my own fabrics was like never gonna happen. I'm like, there's no way I'm even figure that out. I know I could go, I don't know how I found the website. I found jiffyshirts.com. I found that shit. It's Gildan t-shirts, hoodies, all that shit for cheap as fuck. I just bought some of them joints, went to Walmart, bought spray cans, doing that shit. And I'm like, all right, I'm about to just put a couple on Depop and I'm gonna just see.
See if somebody buying them.
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
Wow.
And I put them on there and people started buying them shits. It was just like, I just wanted to make something. I just wanted to make something. And mind you, like, I'm trying to figure out how to make money at the same time and all this other shit. So it's just like, bro, I'm just always trying to sell some shit.
Yeah.
And niggas started buying this shit. And I was like, damn, I guess this is something I could do.
And you just kept doing it.
Yeah, it's something I could do.
So how did DJ Mustard come around to buying a few pieces from you?
At this point, we still at Jefferson. I think at this point, I was already Uber Eats and shit like that. I got a new car or whatever like that. I'm Uber Eats and I get that room downstairs.
Yeah.
In that building. I mean, in that house.
So you moved from sleeping
On the floor on a fucking twin foam thing.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't had, it was nigga, I remember that shit. That foam shit you're supposed to put on top of a mattress.
I remember, yeah.
Twin shit, me laying on that bitch.
On the
with
ground.
a blue ass blanket, like, on the floor. I went from that to the room downstairs because at that point I had some money or whatever. It was like $1,000 a month for that room. Shout out Jess though, cause if it was for her, I wouldn't have got that shit. But cause wasn't she like working for him or some shit like, or like
Yeah,
helping?
she was the property manager.
Yeah, so it's like asked her to like plug that for me or whatever. She plugged that, and I got that room, and I'm still making shit. And at that point, I had like a styling page that I was like posting. I would like make outfits and shit like that on the styling page. I still got it. I haven't posted no shit on there in a while, but the shit with Mustard, what he told me is that, because I had him in my bio, so what he told me was he seen like the ats in my bio and he clicked on my brand on accident. So like he clicked on that instead of the styling page. So when he seen the I'm Happy Promise shit, he was like, he fucked with the hoodies. So that's what made him like
The
buy
Gildan
my
hoodies.
shit. Yeah, the Gildan hoodies.
Gildan, spray painted on and everything, not high quality Gildan hoodies.
Yeah, he bought like 4 of them bitches.
And they were $60 a
Yeah,
piece?
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So he DM'd me and was like, yo, I want to buy this type shit. So then I met up with his assistant and shit like that. And we met on Melrose. And I gave him the hoodies. After that, he DM'd me and was like, yo, have you ever thought about like styling or whatever? Like you ever did this? At this point, I never styled nobody ever in my life. I only styled myself. Like,
That's a
and did,
crazy
like,
first person.
yeah, and just doing styling videos and shit like that in the thrift. He was like, have you ever styled anybody or whatever? I'm like, nah, I never did that shit. He was like, all right, well, just pull up to the stew so we can just talk about some shit. So I just put him in the stew, was talking to him about different shit. He was just asking me a bunch of questions about like fashion shit, all this other stuff. And after that, it just was like,
Yeah.
just ball start rolling type shit. And I just started doing shit with him.
At that point, were you like, maybe I should be doing the styling thing? Or were you still confused on what you wanted to do?
I don't know, because that happened right when I was in that little argument shit with the nigga that lived in the building. And I think Jess was just about to move to her new apartment.
Yeah, in downtown.
And then I'm sitting here like, bro, like I don't want to be here with this nut ass nigga. Like this shit pointless, bro. Like somebody gonna get hurt, all this other shit. So it's just like, that just happened right at the right time. So I don't even think I had time to really be thinking about, oh, what my life about to be, blah, blah. And mind you, in that moment, like, I didn't know who I didn't know who DJ Mustard was as like the person.
Yeah.
As like I was working with him more, I realized he was the nigga where when you hear Mustard on the beat, like I heard that before, but I didn't know who he was. So I'm not looking at it like, I'm not understanding like, oh, this is crazy, like it's crazy. I'm just looking at it, like just some celebrity person or whatever, like, I don't know. I was just like, all right, this is about to be some cool shit. I might not have to do Uber Eats no more. Like,
Yeah.
I just didn't want to do Uber Eats no more. So I'm like, all right, so cool. This is about to be another opportunity that could just get me in from that, and now I could start doing this. But I didn't really. Did I want to be a stylist? I don't think I knew how to become a stylist for real, like actual stylist. So I wasn't really thinking too hard about it. I'm still thinking I'm gonna be a fucking YouTuber or some shit like that.
Because you were still putting out YouTube videos.
I'm thinking I'm gonna be a YouTuber and possibly make clothes at some point. But still, in that moment, I'm thinking cut and sew is still impossible. I don't know how the fuck to do. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do that. I don't know how.
You thought you were just going to be spray painting.
Yeah, it's gonna be just some I don't know. But I was banking on being a YouTuber. Like I thought I was gonna just be a big YouTuber with millions of followers. Low key, I should be. I just had problems, consistency and shit on YouTube.
Was there ever a point during this period where you felt like there was a path and you started following it, or this entire time things were just happening and you just did what felt natural to you?
I think I was just doing what felt natural. It never was no like path.
No strategy?
Yeah, it was never really no like real strategy. I was just doing shit, bro. Like, and like looking back on my life, obviously, like I could say, oh, it helped me, but I feel like it was pros and cons to it because I just didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. I was just doing. And there's pros to that because it's like a lot of people could get stagnant and be like, well, I don't know what to do, so I'm not going to do nothing until I figure it out. But I guess I had the gift of being like, well, I don't know what to do, but I can't just sit here and not do nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I got these things that I'm into, so let me just throw shit at the wall and see what stick. I think when you move at a certain frequency in life, I think that, not to just be like that with people like the universe or whatever, but like, I think when you just moving at a certain frequency in life, the universe just kind of aids you and like gives you things in your process to kind of like help you figure it out. Like if you serious about it or you showing efforts, it'd be like, all right, huh, here you go since you did this. Or I see you trying to move this way. Here's like a tool you could use. Like you walking through the forest or some shit.
Yeah.
And you just starting to, oh, that's a knife right there. Or shit just starting to pop up and you're like, oh shit, like I'd be dumb not to do this or not to use this. So I guess just the act of me doing things was enough because it was just moving me into a certain direction, even though I had no idea like what the end goal was gonna be.
So between styling, YouTube, the clothing, which one did you start taking serious first?
I was taking the styling shit serious for a while because I was working with Mustard. Like that was consuming a lot of my life. Like I'm having to be in meetings with him and talk about creative direction for different videos and what he gonna wear. And like I'm there with the whole team writing scripts, doing a bunch of different shit. So that consumed a lot of my life for I think like a year. And some shit happened where they had to like cut pay and shit like that. And I'm driving and I realized like it was payday or some shit. And I didn't get paid what I normally was getting paid. And I called them. I'm like, yo, like what happened? Da, 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 da. And they telling me like they had pay cuts and shit like that. And I'm thinking to myself like, damn, nobody gave me like a heads up. Nobody like told me ahead of time they was gonna cut the pay so I could kind of at least prepare for whatever. I just, that day, mind you, once I got the job with him, and I'm sleeping at the apartment with y'all.
Yeah.
Eventually, because I got paid a certain amount when I first started with him. That wasn't enough for me to be on my own. And then eventually I graduated to being paid a decent amount, enough for me to get my first apartment downtown in LA. So once it got to that point, I got my first apartment downtown LA and I'm paying rent, all this other shit. I'm in a position where it's like, all right, I got enough money to do this shit. So when I realized you cut my pay and I'm like, damn, I got these bills. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, I got bills to pay.
You got to figure it out again.
So now I'm in that position where it's like, I just got to figure it out again. And there's just a consistent thing in my life where I just got to keep figuring shit out. Like, I just got to keep figuring it out. Like, why the fuck all this shit keep happening?
You think that's going to stop?
Nah, I don't think it's ever going to stop. I think I can handle it better as it's going on. Like, you be like, oh, I seen this before.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like maneuver it better. But I just had to figure something out. And I'm like, oh, that brand thing that I ain't been taking serious because all my time over here has been over here. I think it was like a blessing in disguise type shit. So I chose at that moment where I was like, again, trying to figure out where I'm gonna get money at. So I had to start Uber Eating again. And in the midst of me Uber Eating again, I'm trying to figure out how to make money again. Like, how the fuck I'm gonna make money? I don't want to be Uber Eating. I got this clothing thing, but it's like, how? I don't know. I'm asking around how to make clothes, asking people how to do shit. And I had a conversation with somebody and they put me on to like how to find manufacturers or whatever. And I fast forward, I find a manufacturer to make me something. So that's when the pink army hoodies come into play. And that was like the first item I ever made in life.
The version of you that felt that this was never possible, talking to the version of you that was able to get it done the first time, what would that version of you say to you?
I think I flip the question and be like, well, what would the person who found out all this information say to the version of me that felt like it was impossible? I feel like I'd be like, bro, like, you gonna figure it out, just chill, like, you gonna figure it out type shit. Like, you are gonna figure it out. But the version of me that didn't know, talking to the newer me, would probably just be like, damn, that's tough. Like, I ain't think you was gonna figure that shit out, bro.
Yeah.
Because it just felt so hard. Like,
It also felt so far away.
Yeah, so far away.
So expensive.
So he probably would just been like, oh, that's tough. Like, you figure that shit out.
What if you never got started with those Gildan hoodies and the spray paint? Would you have ever figured out cut and sew, or think it would have taken longer?
I would have figured something out.
Yeah.
I would have figured something out. I would have figured something out. I would have figured something out.
But it's good that you started when you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have figured something out. I always figure this shit out. I'm always figuring shit out. That shit be blowing me, pissing me off in the moment, but I'm always figuring shit out.
Is it tiring?
In moments, yeah, for 100%.
But afterwards, when you figure it out, is it rewarding?
You be like, oh yeah, I figured that out, but once you figure one thing out, it's 500 million more things you gotta figure out.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like a never-ending cycle for real. Like, I'm forever gonna be having to figure this shit out. But I think something that I'm learning is like, every time I've been in a situation that's like hard or like bothering me, in that moment, I'm not realizing all the time that like it's gonna pass and I'm gonna get through it. So when I'm in the moments of just like pissed off or whatever, I can use moments of me feeling the same feeling and being like, well, you've been here before. Like, you're gonna get past it, you're gonna figure it out. So it just makes every problem a little bit easier to deal with. Because like, I know I'm gonna figure it out.
When Forrest first started his clothing brand, he talks about how he didn't know whether or not cut and sew was possible. He didn't know where to go to find a screen printing place that could actually work with him at the stage in which he was at. He felt unsupported, but yet he kept going regardless of what he did not have and what he could not do. But see, here at ACW, we want to change that. We want to give everyone an opportunity to feel as supported as they need to while building their business, starting their business, or doing anything that has to do with making something come true. And that's why we partnered with Print House. Print House just isn't a print place where you go and drop off some blanks, they do the work, and that's it. Print House actually works you through every single detail of the process, no matter where you are in the stage of building your clothing brand. They help you pick what method to use, whether it's screen printing, embroidery, DTG, anything you can think of, they have it all. They can also help you figure out what blanks you want to start with. The great thing about Print House is that they just don't get into it to get the job done. They go further. They work with Nike, Coachella, Amazon Music, Instagram, and many more, but yet they still show the same amount of care no matter where you are or how big you are. And that's why Print House is an amazing place to connect with, especially when you're just starting off. And you know what? Tell them the ACW sent you and get 10% off your first order, because anything is possible with the right support.
So it was look into the camera, right? Look into the camera and imagine that camera is one of your 18-year-old subscribers, followers, people who look up to you like a role model. And they ask you for the 1,010,000th time, how did you build your clothing brand? What would you say? Without any preparation, what would you say?
I built my clothing brand by trying shit. Just always trying different things and just listening to my gut and listening to what felt right. Because like I said, it's a bunch of times where I was just drawing on different things. I'm trying different shit and it's not working, but not letting that discourage you to just stop or think you suck. Because realistically, you probably do suck when you first starting. Like, when you starting to do shit, you're fucking trash. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. The shit you making is fucking butt. Unless you just come from some background where you just so good at sewing or making shit, but it's still gonna be some shit that you're not good at. So the shit that you making, even though it's not working in that moment, you gotta be real with yourself. Like, you gotta be real with yourself and ask yourself, okay, why isn't this working? Why isn't this good? How can I make this better? Who do I need to talk to? Who do I need? What skill do I need to learn? What information do I need to find out? You gotta ask all these questions to yourself and be real with yourself and just seek information. Like, you gotta keep seeking information and just trying different things. If you gotta make a fucking hoodie, if you gotta make a design on a Gildan hoodie, or you gotta make a design on some bullshit fabric or whatever, it's like, get that idea out first. Because realistically, it's like a constant proving to yourself that you could do some shit. Cause the more things you do that you said you was gonna do, you get more confidence in yourself. Cause if you're not doing it, you think to yourself, I ain't gonna be able to do that. I ain't gonna be able to do this. I ain't gonna be able to do that. But when you do some shit, you're like, all right, that's not the fabric I want. But that design, y'all, like, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with that design. How can I get this design on a better material? Because now I see something that I created. It's real right here in front of me. But yeah, it's just working with what you have. Work with all the materials and supplies and resources that you have and master that and make that feel good to a certain degree. And then once you get to a limit where it's like, okay, I need more now, do it again. Like, all right, what I need to do, who I need to talk to, But making a clothing brand, that shit is stressful. You need bread for it, for real, but you don't need OC amount of money. You just need enough to get an idea out. Like, that's really all you need. You just need enough to get an idea out, and you gotta make it all make sense, I guess. I don't know.
All right.
I mean, that's what I did.
Last question. You feel like you're enough?
Enough for who?
Yourself.
Enough for myself.
Mm-hmm.
The harsh person in me, the like biggest critic in me, is like, nah, like, I'm not enough at all. But if I take a step back and I'm like looking at my life, it's like, you're doing a good job. Like, I'm doing a good job type shit. But like, in that same breath of me saying I'm doing a good job, the other part of me in my brain just now was just like, fuck no, you're not. Don't even, like, you're not even allowed to say that right now. Like, you got so much shit you need to do, nigga. Like, cause I feel like if I get too caught up in saying, oh, I'm enough and all this other shit, that I'm gonna get complacent or all this other stuff. But that's my problems. Like, I like mental problems and shit like this, whatever. It's make me who I am, you know what I'm saying? Gotta swag it out, you feel me? But am I enough? Realistically, I guess. But like, not really. But it's cool though. It's cool to not be enough right now, bro. I got so much shit to do. Bro. I'm cool.
Here at ACW, the reason why we have these conversations is because we've always felt that most people are just one conversation away from understanding what they want to do, where they want to go, or who they want to be. And being able to talk to folks who are in different industries, do different things from you, but yet realize that they go through some of the same things you do, can help you get through whatever you're going through. And that's why Forest Ripperton was here. And that's why I appreciate him being vulnerable with us, talking to us, taking some time, letting us know what he had to go through. Remember, anything is possible with the right support. And if this video helped you out and gave you a little bit of support, I'm glad. And if you want more things like this, remember to subscribe, like, comment, and look in our description because we have more opportunities for you to be a part of ACW.